I've always liked ring lights. I like the soft shadows it gives you, that nice even lighting everywhere, and that cool little circle ring in your eye. But paying over $100 for a circle with lights around it didn't really seem worth it to me. So that's why I built my own for less than $30. Now the ring light I'm going to be showing you how to build is going to be wireless, technically. There's still obviously going to be a wire to plug it into a battery pack, but that's about it. You can take this with you on the go anywhere as long as you have a battery pack. With that said, that sub $30 price tag is not including the battery pack, nor is it including the light stand that you're going to need in order to be able to use this ring light. But enough talk, let's get to the build. The first thing you're going to need is a circular piece of wood. I picked up this 18-inch circle board from Home Depot for about $6. The next thing you're going to want to do is pick up these LED light strips. I highly recommend you getting these Bare Move light strips. I've had 3 of these light strips already, and they're all about 6,000 K. You don't really have to worry about too much color variance in your color temperature or anything like that. It's pretty accurate. They're really high quality lights, and they're very, very bright, so I highly recommend picking up these. Also, in between the lights, there's this nice bendable portion, so you can easily wrap it around in a circle and not worry about it tearing up or peeling off. And these LED light strips are about $14 for 78 inches plus a wireless remote. Next thing you want to do is pick up this Manfrotto Nikon adapter. It's technically for flash units in order to adapt them so you can put them on your camera or whatever, but it works perfectly for this light stand, and it's only about $8 from B&H. You're also going to be needing some Velcro for this build, and that should cost you about $1 or $2 from Dollar Tree or Walmart. And you are going to be needing some power tools. If you don't have power tools, find somebody who does. Don't go out and buy power tools to build this ring light. So the first thing you're going to want to do is measure out your board. Find the center and then take a screw and screw it into the middle. Next thing you want to do is measure out how much space you want to leave on the outside edge of your circle. I left about 1.5 inches. These LED lights are super skinny and super small, so you don't really need to leave that much. You could actually even do less if you wanted to, but I felt like that was a good amount to make sure it was sturdy and wouldn't break on me. Once you do that, take a string. It could be a shoelace. I use a piece of fishing line, whatever you've got. Tie it to that middle screw, then tie it to your pen in the length that you measured earlier, so that for me 1.5 inches, and then just draw a circle completely around. Now mine didn't come out perfect. If some edges are thicker than other edges, but it doesn't really matter in the end. Now this next part is going to require some power tools. If you don't have any power tools, you can probably get this done with a hammer and a chisel if you're really dedicated. But I highly recommend, if you know someone with power tools, probably get them to help you out with this. So I had my dad help me out with this. So basically all we did was drill in a pilot hole, and then from there we just cut out the entire circle that we drew earlier. And of course the end result wasn't perfect. I still had a lot of rough edges, but this is when you're going to need sandpaper to smooth out everything. From there you should get something looking like this. And this next step isn't really necessary. It's just more for aesthetics. I had some leftover white paint hanging around my house, so I decided to paint the entire thing a nice matte white to just give it a more polished look. From there you can get your LED light strips and start figuring out how you're going to loop it around the entire ring. I didn't do it the best the first time, honestly. The way I wrapped it around the ring ended up making the lights break. Do leave the little wireless receiver and that little USB cable hanging off from a side. Don't put it too close to the center where you're going to mount it onto your light stand, because you are going to need to leave room for your battery pack later. Make it more of a gradual transition like this. This is my updated one. This is version 2.0 of me wrapping these LED lights. This is far more gradual. There's no really harsh bends in the LED light strips, so it doesn't crack or rip off that easily. Also, if you have some double-sided tape or Velcro, which you're going to need later, I would highly suggest putting some Velcro on that little wireless receiver or some double-sided tape or whatever and sticking it onto the back of the LED light ring. After you get the lights all wrapped around, cut off any excess and go ahead and test your lights, make sure everything is functioning correctly. And from there, now we can screw on our mounting adapter. This is going to take a little bit of work if you do not have a power drill. It was a bit more difficult than I expected to be. I would also recommend finding a small washer you have maybe somewhere around your house and putting it on top of your adapter plate before you screw it on. I did notice that there was some looseness into it, even though I screwed it in as deep as I could. So putting that washer just adds a bit more space and just tightens it up so it doesn't move around. So now once you have your ring light basically assembled, you can go ahead and take your battery pack, take some Velcro, and go ahead and stick it on. For me personally, I only needed one piece of Velcro to stick on my battery pack to my ring light. I would highly suggest getting a battery pack that's about 5,000 to 10,000 milliamps. You don't really need a lot of power for these LED light strips. They are very, very low wattage. But once you have your battery pack stuck on there, go ahead and plug in your LED light strips into your battery pack, and you're off and ready to go and start using your amazing new ring light. Now, if you don't already own a battery pack or you don't want to go out and buy one, you can just plug these in directly to USB. Just get a USB extension cable like I did. Whatever cell phone charger you have lying around that's USB, your iPhone charger, Android, whatever it is that has a USB port, you can go ahead and just use that to power these ring lights on. Now you can get some diffusion for these ring lights. Amazon does sell generic 18-inch ring light diffusers. And if you want to go pick this up, you can. I tested it out myself and I noticed no real difference besides color temperature. Weirdly enough, I got a white diffuser, but when I put it on top of these white lights, it reflected orange orange. And then when I adjusted for color temperature, everything started looking more greenish. So it was really weird. You also don't really notice any more diffusion in your lights. Everything already looks soft without any diffusion on these lights. So when you put the diffuser on, there's actually not much of a difference at all. So I'd say just skip it. Don't buy this extra diffusion. You don't really need it. But all in all, for about less than $30, I think this ring light is fantastic. I've been using it this entire video. If you haven't noticed, that's why I can't wear glasses anymore in my videos, because this is going to reflect. That's the only bad thing. You are going to notice a reflection if you do wear glasses. So that is going to be a downside, but that's going to be pretty much a downside for any ring light. You're going to see the ring in your glasses. And if you end up building this ring light, send me some photos on Instagram. You can follow me at Joshua Joe Munoz, my entire name. It's the same on every platform everywhere. And let me know what you think. Let me know if it works out for you, if you get any better ideas for you, if you get any modifications that need to work better. Write them down in the comments down below and let me know. And if you like this video, go ahead and leave me a like. I'd really appreciate it. I worked really hard on getting this whole ring light thing to work out and be cheap and affordable and simple as it could be. So if you like that, leave me a like. I'd really appreciate it. I'll also be leaving links to all the parts that I use down in the description below, so you can go check them out yourself. You don't have to searching for the internet for it. And if you buy those links, some of them will be affiliate links, so I will get a kickback. That doesn't cost you any more money, but it really helps me out, and I really appreciate it. And also subscribe. I appreciate that too. That makes me really happy and make this whole thing worth it. And, you know, getting 1 or 2 extra subscribers would be pretty cool. But as always, my name is Joshua Joe Munoz. Stay sexy, and I'll see you sometime.